Welcome to the OMG Show.
All right, so you're looking to increase conversions. Well, that's awesome, but really the main question we're all really asking ourselves is how do we go about actually increasing conversions, right? We have a sales funnel in place, we have an offer, we put it out there, but for some reason, we're not getting people to buy or take that next step. So why? How could that be? Right? This is a very common problem that many business owners have, especially in the beginning when they're starting out. And even, to be honest, sometimes at the top when you're trying to go for those, high ticket offers, right? And really making sure that you have an idea that's validated. But across the board to increase conversions, right? I feel that the number one problem that most people have when it comes to their product is that they're just way too close to the source. Right? Look, your business is your baby, right? Your product is your baby. And, you know how good your product can be, right? And so imagine, a mom talking about her kid and how great they are at soccer, if you will, right? That mom's going to talk about their kid like they're a freaking all-star, right? The reality, though, might be something else. Okay? Trust me. Look, I've been a summer camp counselor. I've seen plenty of exaggeration happen throughout the years, and it's okay. My mom has definitely exaggerated about me, but we're not here for that. Right? So really what it comes down to is that you're just too close to the source many times, right? And the way I like to relate this is that sometimes it's like you're speaking in Spanish, right, to your market, and they're kind of like, huh, what is going on here, right? So because you're too close to the source, right, what ends up happening is that your customers don't really get a sense of what it is that you're trying to do for them, what value you bring to them. They don't understand how you can help them at the end of the day. They're confused, right? They might have landed on your sales page or your checkout page from some kind of blog post that related to them, but then once they took that next step, there was some form of misconnection, misstep, if you will, that caused them to kind of say, hey, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I thought this was something else and it looks like it's going to be something completely different, right? This isn't what I want. It might be what I need, but it isn't what I want, right? And because your customers don't understand this product, what ends up happening is that now they're even more confused and frustrated because, you have to think in terms of survival and calories. Right? The easier something is to consume, right, the less calories I have to expend in order to consume it. If something is, really hard to consume, the more calories I have to expend. The more calories I expend, now you're affecting my ability to survive here. That's kind of how you have to think about it with your offer. So, the fact that you're too close to your offer is making your customers confused and frustrated, which then in turn leaves you confused and frustrated because you're like, hey, I have this awesome product. It can help you solve X, Y, and Z. I know you have a problem with X, Y, and Z. So why aren't you buying? Right? Have you been there? I mean, look, believe me, I've been there before myself. Okay. And really, it's all just a matter of communicating the right message. You see, when I first started doing online sales funnels, I had a landing page that took me forever to put it together. I was using Lead Pages at the time. And I probably did about 98 different split tests just to go from 3% conversion to a 5% conversion. Yeah, big numbers. So as you can imagine, I was getting ready to call it quits. And I was scratching my head as to why is this not working? I don't get it. How come for everyone else it's working, but for me it's like what's going on? Am I not speaking English? Am I not saying the right things? What is happening? And it turns out that I pretty much wasn't saying the right things. I wasn't communicating really what I meant, really how I could value them. I was communicating more about my product, right, or my offer, rather than the benefits of that offer. I spoke about this before, right? People buy, a good night's sleep, not cold medicine. And many times when I'm analyzing a funnel for a client or for a coaching session, it comes down to them not communicating the benefit of the offer, but them communicating the offer way too much. Okay, if you ever look at infomercials, they're always talking about testimonials and results, right? And the reason why is because results sell. If you can produce results, you're going to generate a sale. So everything that you communicate should be results based. Hey, this is what it's going to do for you. Here's how your life is going to be afterwards. Here's how it's going to make your life faster, easier, and better, right? You want to do that. Now, another tendency that tends to happen, right, is that we have a way of writing backwards. And I've talked about this before too in previous podcasts about conversion. But again, we tend to write backwards, right? We say, hey, Summit 2020 is, the big headline. But really, the headline should have been, generate more sales through social media. How? With Summit 2020, right? We tend to write backwards on our sales pages. And really, if we take a second and just look, right? So right now, if you're having trouble with your conversions, go to your sales page right now and read it. And I guarantee you that underneath your headlines, wherever they may be on your sales page, you probably have a paragraph with a sentence or two that would act as a much way better headline to your sales page. Go for it. I'll wait. Yeah, exactly. Okay, because it's there. I see this probably about 95% of the time, where what we want to say is hidden in the paragraphs that we're writing, and it's just a matter of just taking a step back, reading it out loud, and saying, "Hey, what if someone is scanning through this sales page? What stands out more, Summit 2020 or get more sales through social media?" Right? It's really a no-brainer. However, it's just we're so close to the problem that it's hard to do brain surgery on yourself. Okay, one of my mentors has told me that, and it stuck with me forever. I love that quote. Now, the other thing that you really got to take into account too is your message personalized, or does it sound too cookie cutter, too corporate, too sales pagey? Okay, because the market is becoming more and more sophisticated, especially if you're in like higher ticket markets. Everyone's learning essentially from the same people. They're all using the same templates, the scripts, etc., etc., etc. Right? Maybe there's a slight margin of difference, but for the most part, it's all relatively the same. Right? The only difference is if you personalize whatever you're communicating. Do you speak in your own words? Or do you have a very sales page template, cookie cutter way of doing things? If your sales page is very cookie cutter, right, you're not going to have high conversions. It's just not going to happen, right? If you have one sales page that you pretty much model, right, you're not going to have high conversion rates. What you should be doing is looking at the sales page template and looking at the formula. Why is this headline here? Why is this section here? What is this section trying to convey? How does this section get them to the next section? If you're analyzing a template like that, but then personalizing it with your own words, now you start to make a better connection, right? A first impression is everything, okay? And you don't want to be seen as, every other type of marketing message out there. You want to stand off a little bit different. You want to speak in your own voice. You are unique as an individual. So put that uniqueness into your business. It's only going to make better connections, and it's going to push away people that don't want to ever interact with you anyways, so that way you can bring in more of the people that are going to interact with you. So it's definitely a win-win, right? And then last but not least, you want to make sure that you're using the AEV model at every step of your funnel or every interaction that a prospect potentially has with your business. The AEV model stands for awareness, education, and value. Okay, and recently I updated it for personalization, right? So it's like the AEVP model, okay? Awareness, education, value, personalization. Because it's all about connecting, especially now in 2020 with everything that's happening. Everyone is going to be super competitive, and those that win are the ones that can be personalized, okay? Because people are going to appreciate that extra step. So, and every given point in your business where there is some kind of marketing message that's communicating to a prospect, you want to make sure that that piece of communication brings awareness to a problem that prospect is having, right? Educates them on a potential solution that they can use right away, provides value in terms of how they can get results faster and easier by working with you, and personalizes it by making sure that it's easy to read and in a language they understand. Okay? And those 3 steps, just by doing that, if you go work on that today, over the week, on your business, you're going to see your conversions increase. Okay? I'm so confident in that it's what I do. It's what I do every time I build a sales funnel, and consistently 30, 60, 70% conversion rates. Okay? And if they're warm traffic, even higher. All right? So go out, look over your stuff, implement those 3 steps, and I'll see you on the next OMG show.